And it looks like we are live. My first YouTube live stream, BB coding. I'm sitting here prepping for a job interview. Let's see. So, I got like a Hello World Angular app going here. Just getting my mindset right. Let's see. Yeah, let's see, that's kind of silly mistake there. Yeah, so my plan is kind of to look at Pluralsight. I use Pluralsight quite a bit. Right now I'm going over some React stuff, refreshing myself on Angular, taking a look at my notes from my last job hunt. I'm a consultant, so I end up having to do this, I don't know, once every year or two. Lately with COVID and stuff, it's been a little more often. Kind of annoying, but kind of good too to be looking for a job, because I'm more practiced on my preparations for job interviews. So I was just messing around with this earlier, messing with the live reloads in Angular, and there you go. So that's working okay. I'm probably gonna put this out onto a GitHub static hosting. I forget the name of what they call that. It's like free hosting by GitHub. GitHub static site hosting. What is that called? GitHub Pages. Yeah. So like the new version of Angular, as I was building this, I noticed that it has native support for static sites, which last time I was messing with this, it really didn't have that. So that's kind of neat. Getting to try that out for the first time. And also this YouTube live broadcast thing. I actually don't know. I don't have access to the feed, so I don't know if anybody's watching. I'm not expecting anybody to be watching because this channel's brand new and nobody's I haven't told anybody about it or anything. Just my little journey through software engineering prep. I've been doing this for 17 years or so now, so I have a typical pattern that I do. What has changed though is AI, man. AI is crazy. I used to go to Stack Overflow and I'd have to find like the right thing to ask. Now with AI, I can give it the worst question, poor formatting, poor spelling, and it's like, bam, here's your answer. It's insane. Maybe I can hold a job as an engineer for a little while longer before AI takes all my jobs. But we're in this together as humans. We've got to fight the AI. It's replacing us. The Terminator. All right, guys. So, yeah, I'm. Like I said, right now I'm doing a lot of Pluralsight. I'm checking out some React. I did React years ago, like 2016, 2015, 14, somewhere around there. And I mean, it's changed since then. I've done tons of Angular since that time frame, but I haven't touched React in a while. And it looks like React's got a little bit of a lead on Angular, but Angular's still popular. I still get job hits for it. But I definitely want to take a look at React, but I also got to look at C Sharp, get kind of caught up on that. So one thing that I would recommend job hunters do is look at basic stuff. Like, don't be afraid to ask silly questions because you're gonna get asked silly questions, And if you don't know like what the latest version of .NET is, I mean, it might look bad. Like I didn't know. I had to look. I'm like, okay, where are we now? And I took notes here. It's .NET Core. Okay, but what's version of C Sharp? C Sharp 13. Okay, great. Is that long term support? Short term support? It's short term support. So that's kind of a basic thing you might get asked in an interview. Solid principles of programming, something I usually review as well, even though day to day I just kind of do it passively more than anything else. A lot of that stuff is just built into the frameworks now. You don't have to like build it from nothing anymore like you had to in old school like .NET 4. There was no dependency injection built into the framework, whereas .NET Core has that kind of thing, and it's got these middleware that adds all these neat features, and that's another $10 word there, middleware. You probably get asked that question in an interview if you're doing C Sharp. So just kind of refreshing myself on middleware, like the basics. Like I know it's like app dot something, but what basically is it and how does it run? It can be short circuited. It's little silly trivia because you get hit with trivia. I'm not a fan of trivia. Like as an interviewer, I don't ask people trivia. I tend to ask open-ended questions, relevant to their resume, and ask them, hey, on this project, like, how'd you do? What was your design decisions? Why'd you do that? Stuff like that. I asked them if they write tests, like, okay, so what are some benefits you've seen in your actual implementations of testing? Did it save you in any way or slow you down? Like, I wanna know their opinions and kind of like if we're gonna jive really well on the project. Like, I think it's more important that you get along with people than that they can tell you some obscure feature that's published on page 483 of the C Sharp language specifications for C Sharp 13. So anyways, that's my high level plan right now. We'll see how it goes. This is just day one. Starting interviews probably next week. That's my goal. And looking to some of my buddies to get some leads. Job market seems to be decent right now in my area. So feeling pretty good about it. Last year was kind of rough. Last year jobs were real bad for software engineers. I had a little bit of a lull last year, and that's where a lot of my notes came from. Back then it was .NET 8, .NET 9 wasn't out yet, but good times. New features of languages. I mean, I don't really go and like write them all one by one. That's a lot of work, but I will be like, oh yeah, this .NET 9 added this stuff, and actually, I think that's something where if you're in these days, we all have the advantage of AI. DeepSeek's great. Like, what are the new language features in C Sharp 13? So that's a great one. You could either kind of scan this list, have an idea of what you might get hit with in an interview, and you can see if any of this stuff looks really important, and deep dive into it yourself. Now that was actually not a great answer. Let me see if I can get something better from ChatGPT. DeepSeek's been pretty good. But once in a while it'll give me some janky stuff like that answer. Basically, go look it up yourself, dude. You're AI, man. You're supposed to be replacing me. What are the key features C Sharp 13? Come on. Don't film me now. ChatGPT has been better for me generally for this kind of like techie junk than DeepSeek. I feel like DeepSeek is still sort of secondhand compared to ChatGPT, but I don't have the paid version, so I don't use it extensively. You know, it gave me a link to, but there you go. There are partial properties. There's enhanced params. I actually was studying that earlier. C# has something too. It's like partial classes or something. No, primary constructors. That's what it was. Primary constructors are actually really neat. It's just syntactic sugar, but you can put your constructor like on your class definition now. It's cool, like public class, my class, and it's like int param one kind of thing. That's pretty neat. I mean, it's kind of silly looking at it, but I think that's a nice syntactic sugar. I'm an Angular guy, so this kind of stuff I feel like is pretty good in Angular. C# is catching up generally over the years, but who knows? Maybe the latest versions are different. I'm talking from maybe three years back. My experience. All right. Since my first live stream, I'm not even sure if this worked correctly, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. But I do plan to keep doing some of these, especially as I come up with some more ideas. But this is going to be focused on my job search. I'm hoping I can talk to some folks maybe who are in the same boat as me. If not, maybe get some, also maybe get some help from people and help them as well, hopefully. All right, catch ya, YouTube.